I've seen you. Every day that I wake up, you pull me in deeper. Ooh, you made me a prisoner, my soul's gatekeeper, just as grim as a reaper.
And we welcome you to Talladega Superspeedway, virtual Talladega Superspeedway in Talladega, Alabama. Lincoln, Alabama, really is where this track's at. But nonetheless, we are here at virtual Talladega for this, the Caleb's, I forget the race name already. Hold on one second. The Caleb's 189, presented by Chick-fil-A Sylacauga. I think I'm saying that right. Either way, welcome to Talladega. It's going to be a fun show. Glad to have you along for the ride, everybody. Jacob Pitts, Jaron Mackey here with you for the call. Zach Johnson, our producer for tonight. Man, Talladega always puts on a good show. And with these cup cars, watching them in practice, I think we're going to see that pace car out in front of this field a lot tonight.
Yeah, I think Talladega, there's a lot of things that happen at Talladega that go without saying. I think one of them is you're just waiting for that big wreck. Another one is, with all these cars bunched together like that for as many laps as they are, you're going to see some accidents. Hopefully, these drivers keep it clean and we get out of here before midnight.
Well, the session's only going to be up for 2.5 hours, so if we're here till midnight, that's a problem. Let's run through our starting grid for tonight's race. We have Kyle Smalley in the number 5 on the pole position. To his outside will be Marcus Adams in the 31. We're on number 2, Michael Anthony in the 8 machine with Keith Smalling on the outside. Colin Fern starts from position number 5. Ferris Shaw in 6th. Chris Worrell in 7th. James Lowe starts from the 8th starting spot. Kevin Orlando Jr. in 9th. And Lucas Strayer rounds out the top 10.
Starting in 11th, the 91 car of Ted Wreckage. 12th, J.R. Houston. 13th, Zach Lindgren. 14th, Patrick Green. 15th, Bolt Ramirez. 16th, Derek Lemke. 17th, number 4 car of Tyler Snyder. 18th, G.T. Park. 19th, Nathan Yarnell. And running out the top 20 is the 47 car of Holt Johnson.
In 21st, we have Gavin Hibbs in the 95, Jesse Cottrell in 22nd in the 88 machine. Robert Rader starts from the 23rd position with Jared Wishon starting in 24th. Calvin Miller starts 25th. Anthony Colantuono starts 26th. Michael Dorsey 27th. Michael Elliott 28th. Kyle Manger 29th. Bryson Fitzgerald rounds out the top 30.
31st, the 3 car of James Cotter. 32nd, Travis Rucker. 33rd, Alexander Kroenke. 34th, Casey Heschel. 35th, William Rucker. 36th, Brendan Lawless. 37th, Richard Lakawa. And in the back of the pack, Chris Webb. And honestly, that's where I'd like to start if I had a choice here at Talladega.
I don't know if I want to start at the back But maybe this early on, I don't know if I really want to start at the front either, to be completely honest, just because then you're right in the thick of things when we get the green flag.
Yeah, 75 laps, a lot of time for stuff to play out. So, if I'm starting at the back, I'm not going hard to try to get up to the front right away. But, give myself some time, kind of see how the race is going to play out, and maybe avoid a wreck or two on the way up to the front.
Field is rolling through turns 1 and 2. And looks like Kyle Smalley will start on the outside here on this opening start.
See you.
Nice 79-degree day here at Talladega. Track temps, it's baked, 125 degrees. It is hot down on the racetrack. 54 degrees humidity. Slight wind from the north. Other than that, beautiful day to go racing here at Talladega. Now, you were talking. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, hope these fans have some sunscreen on. 80-degree day. I know those hot grandstands. Got a long race here, so hopefully they settle in. We're going to settle in here and enjoy this one. I'm sure it'll be really interesting, and hopefully they stay green for a while.
We got 75 laps on the board, 5 sets of tires in the pits. They have a faster pair if they need to use it. If you get involved in a wreck early, Jarrett, do you take the faster pair early, or do you try and ride it out and hope you can at least stay with the pack until later on?
I feel like there's going to be more than one big wreck, So if you get one like within lap 10, 15, that range, I think you just hold on and wait to try to get it repaired for one maybe later in the race and keep that one in your back pocket. They give you a leg up over some of the guys who had to take it or else they would have to be out of the race.
We'll have to wait and see. Pace car turns onto the apron. And it looks like we are about set to go. It's Kyle Smalley in the outside lane, Marcus Adams on the inside lane. They'll bring us all the way around through the tri-oval, not like Daytona or any other 2 mile or more track where the start-finish line is in the middle of the tri-oval. Instead, it's down towards turn 1 on the other end of the tri-oval. Green flag's in the air, and we're up to speed.
Really, really good start there by Smalley. Already Carlin able to get down there in front of Marcus Adams to head off into turn 1 and kind of, try to take control of that bottom line.
Yeah, he got on the gas pretty early before that green flag was even out. I'm surprised that there wasn't an issue about him jumping the start, but everybody is spread out as they come off of turn number 2, side by side, second on back for a little while, but everybody's just kind of riding around.
Yeah, and we see Kyle Smalley there kind of just stay on the bottom with cars going by, and later in the race you might maybe see him throw a bad block and try to maintain that lead. As a leader here at Talladega, you just look into the rearview mirror, trying to see which lane's coming and see if you can throw a block in time.
Now, Chris Webb starting from the pits. He gets off and rolling. Field comes off turn 4, and it's Smalley and Smalley out in front. Keith Smalley got the lead on the high side in turn 3, and Kyle Smalley behind him to help. The first car on the outside line is the 84 Ferris Shaw, back in the 6th spot right now. He's got the 99 of James Lowe with him. Not a lot of help with him. It's Keith Smalley leading lap 1.
Those front 3 cars, all the same sponsor up there. So, I'd imagine they're pretty content with just hanging out and riding, getting a few laps. And we see a wreck on the backstretch, though.
Trouble. Big crash on the back straightaway. Caution is out. I can't even find the wreck.
Yeah, wow.
That is... Who even is that? It was in the middle of the pack. Oh, yeah. Ferris Shaw got turned down into...
Lucas Strayer, yeah.
Strayer. The 32.
Just looks like unfortunate. It looks like the 84.
He got turned by turned by James Lowe in the 99. You got to be careful when you're pushing. It's early in the race. Even on the straightaway, you got to be careful. You don't really want to push in the corner if you don't have to, because that'll get it guys sideways. But it just hooked him in the left rear and nowhere for that 32 to go.
Yeah, if you do have to push on the straightaway this early on in the race, you kind of want to square it up a little bit. But it looks like Lowe kind of hit his left rear a little bit too hard, and really unfortunate there for Strayer, who's in the pits early with this one. And I have to imagine he'd use his faster pair so early on.
Maybe he's down and away, so it's Keith Smalley out in front here at Talladega in an early caution.
Brothers 1-2 right now. Keith and Kyle Smalley. Have to imagine they're brothers. That's not a coincidence.
So we'll have to see if anybody decides to come onto pit road here. It's a little early. Remember, they only have 5 sets of tires in the pits. Nonetheless, well, pits aren't even open here, or are they? Okay, the lights say they're closed, but they're open, and it's about 7th on back or so that's coming in, getting led down by Kevin Orlando Jr., James Lowe, Zach Lindgren, J.R. Houston, Patrick Green, Ferris Shaw, Roberto Ramirez, and more, all coming down on pit road. Robert Rader, Alexander Kroenke.
Going to be interesting here to see if Ferris Shaw uses that quick repair.
Can't imagine he has a lot of damage.
No.
And it looks like he's going to hang in there. And, well, the back end of that thing's pretty torn up now that I see it. But I think he is going to just take the damage, not take the fast repair quite yet. See what they can fix on that 84 low Chevy before he gets back out there.
Well, that was quick. We got 2 good green flag laps in, and we saw like kind of front 3 just kind of going at their own pace, seeing what's going on. That wreck wasn't a cause of people getting too aggressive or some huge pack going through out of the backstretch. It was just unfortunate, a bump that led to unfortunate consequences for some of these drivers.
I didn't expect that we'd be under caution this early on. I'll be honest. Thought we might make it a few more laps than that. But on the bright side, since we are at a plate track, the caution laps go by pretty quick. So we should get 1 to green this time by.
We'll say James Lowe has been given an EOL penalty. I'm going to have to assume that's for his incident or his role in that incident. But
yeah,
he'll start at the end of the pack for this one.
But I mean, I think that's a little more than a racing incident than it's, directly on him. But I don't know.
No, I think it's more
There's
so
a reason we're up here.
Yeah, I think it's more so the message of, it's only lap 2. Let's kind of take it easy on the pushing a little bit. But yeah, I think it's more unfortunate than there's no malicious intent behind that clearly. But, maybe just a message from the admin that goes, hey, long race, let's just settle in here and try to click some laps away.
Field comes off turn number 4. Running through the order right now, it's Keith Smalley, Kyle Smalley, Michael Anthony, Marcus Adams, Colin Fern, your top 5. Then Chris Worrell, Derek Lemke, GT Park, Gavin Hibbs, Holt Johnston, your top 10. Coming through the tri-oval, we should get 1 to green here.
And something to note that Ferris Shaw did not take the quick repair. He actually just left the pits about 15, 20 seconds ago. Not sure if he's going to come in again this lap. Should I get some more of that damage worked away or just join up with the field here and try to get that fixed under the next caution? Looks like he...
So while we're under this caution, 1 lap to green, thankfully. We know that SNSL, the FTF league, well, that's done. That's in postseason now after the finale at Talladega on Friday night. To take up that spot on the STN lineup, they'll be broadcasting FTF1, which will be a whole bunch of racetracks using the IRO1 car. They're at Spa this Friday. That sounds like an adventure. It's better than Spa in the Xfinity cars, but sounds like there's still chaos written all over it.
Yeah, you'll have to figure out for that one which one's Radion and which one's Eau Rouge. You'll get that one messed up all the time. So hopefully we have that one figured out for that broadcast.
Just looking to see if I can find any sort of schedule on the FTF page or in the FTF Discord. I can't find anything, but that doesn't mean that our producer can't.
Our incredible producer. Producer.
Okay, he's got something. And this is kind of promising. So Spa this first week, then Chicagoland, Hockenheim, Montreal. Oh, Okay, that makes a little more sense. Spa, Indy, I hope the Oval, Hockenheim, Montreal, Michigan, oh boy, and then Monza to round out the season. Personally, I don't run the thing, so it's not my call, but personally, I think they should do a doubleheader at Monza. First the road course, then the Oval. That's just me.
It's an American coming out.
Hey, it's put on some solid races before the past. That's all I got to say. Smalley and Smalley here on the front row as we get set to get a restart on coming to lap number 6. Keith Smalley's not wasting any time. Green flag's back in the air, and 5 laps are in the books. We are back rolling.
Great jump again there by Keith Smalley, and Kyle Smalley able to tuck him behind and get right up to his back bumper. There's the 8 of Michael Anthony. Happy to be there in 3rd place as well.
And we are choo-chooing around the bottom of the racetrack. Everybody single file through at least the top 10. Now we got some guys poking out of line. The 86, Colin Fern. The 71, Derek Lemke. They're moving to the top side. Want to try and get something started here.
Yeah, single file on the bottom here as we come to complete the second, third green flag lap of the race, as lap 7 goes up on the board when they cross the line this time.
But, I mean, we saw in practice that even when these guys are single file around the bottom of the racetrack, they were having a difficult time hanging on to these things, and we saw a lot of wrecks when they were just single file.
Yeah, just because the single file doesn't mean it's going to be clean or stay clean. Anything can happen, especially, as these runs go on. But it's a good sign right now that people are just happy to let the laps click away and make sure they have something, a car that's in one piece at the end of this race.
Remember, 75 laps is the distance for today's race. And slowly starting to click our way through it. They're going to have to pit, I believe, twice to make it to the end. The top 12 stayed out under that last caution. So they are going to be on a little bit of a different strategy. Most everybody else, I think, really just pitted for fuel. Maybe a few tires, but not a ton. So some people starting to make some strategy early on.
Yeah, and Lucas Strayer came in to get the fast repair after he was the worst off from that first incident. But Ferris Shaw, who's actually running last on track right now, he came and fixed some damage, but you can see a lot of damage to his race car still. So he'll be hoping for more cautions. He's kind of just running out there by himself. Not really a lot of fun. But yeah, so really just tires, fuel, and strategy. We'll see how it plays out here.
Speaking of fun, Holt Johnston kind of pushed Derek Lemke up out of the groove coming off turn number 2. He's going to lose another spot to Colin Fern, maybe another to Calvin Miller, maybe one more to Zach Lindgren. And I think he's just going to keep falling back as Bryson Fitzgerald slides up the racetrack in that 9 machine. He's going to fall backwards as well. But for the most part, everybody just chugging on the bottom.
Yeah, and like I've said before, they're more than content doing this for the time being. I'm sure getting pushed out of line isn't a blast. Someone speeding going out of the line gets loose.
The apron heading for turn 1. That was Anthony Colantuono. I don't know where he was going, but in the middle of the front straightaway. Oh, I see. He blinked out of existence, blinked back in, and when he came back in, he was hooked dead left to get out of the way. So now he's all good, but he's lost a lot of speed. And is now out of the lead pack.
Good on him, though, for recognizing that he had blinked out. We've seen people not do that a lot on this sim and cause really big accidents, especially at a place like Talladega. So really good on his part.
This top 5. Trouble! Big crash! Tri-oval! One car hard into the outside wall. 38 of Richard Likowa. Another one in the wall. Brandon Lawless. Big crash here in the Tri-oval for the second caution flag of the night. 29 also got turned around. That is, I saw him for a moment, Michael Dorsey. So at least a 3-car crash here in the Tri-oval to put us under caution once again. And it looks like this all started with the 38 of Likowa just getting turned sideways.
Yeah, getting hooked in the Tri-oval is probably the worst part on track you can get hooked at. And yeah, there it is, hard into that outside wall. Lawless, a lot of damage as well. I think they'll both probably have to use their fast repairs. Lawless, at least, for sure. His car looks really messed up.
Same with Lukawa, because, I mean, he clobbered that outside wall. Lawless hit the outside wall twice, first with the right front corner, then more head on. The 29, Michael Dorsey, kind of just evasive action. Actually, I think he got run over by, is that William Rucker? No, that's further back behind him. I think that's Ted Rekich that got it in the back of him. Yes, indeed, the 21 machine that got the 29 of Dorsey sideways. So really a 3 or 4 car crash, and that's it. Surprising for being close to the front this early on. That had the potential to be an 8, 9, 10 car pileup.
Yeah, for sure. And Lakawa is going to be a little bit pleased. Not too pleased, excuse me, with Lawless there on that one. Just getting hooked in the tribal is never a good feeling, especially this early on in the race. And I wouldn't be shocked if he used his fast repair, but really, I don't see a ton of damage to the rear of his car, just the front. Maybe that'll be a decision. We'll see when he comes into the pits this time by.
And props to everybody else in the field for slowing down and avoiding Lawless' car, which sat in the middle of the tri-oval. That could have been a lot worse than it was. We've got people on pit road right now, but we're going to step aside. We'll go side by side. You won't miss a thing here under caution. 10 laps are complete. It's Kevin Orlando Jr., now your race leader here at Talladega.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
We are back here at Talladega. We should get one to green this time by after that 3-4 car crash to bring out the second caution flag of the night. Jacob Pitts, Jarrett Mackey here with you for the call. Zach Johnson, our producer. And we had a little bit more pit strategy here to this caution. It's now Colin Fern and Calvin Miller. Your front row, they are the only two that have not pitted thus far.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm sure they're confident in their decision, or else they wouldn't be doing it. We also got Roberto Ramirez up there in third. So a lot of new faces up there for the first, 10 laps of this one. We had the same 4 cars up front, but now, a little bit different faces. J.R. Houston is 6th, started 12th, and Tyler Snyder started 17th up to 5th. So, it should be interesting on this restart.
Well, and you don't have to look too far either, because you got Kyle Smalley and Keith Smalley, who were up front earlier. They're 7th and 8th, so they haven't fallen back too far. At this point, we've got a Circle B diecast read. So, Four Corners Racing League, and Circle B have partnered together for this season. Use promo code FCRL 2021 for free shipping on all orders over $20 at Circle B diecast.
Sure, that does a good thing to help out the league, make them look like that Sponsorship's worth it, and probably helps us up here at SCN Racing. So yeah, be sure to go and do that. I'm gonna go buy a few diecasts this week, I think, so I'll definitely be typing in FCRL. What was it, 2021 into the promo box there. So yeah, be sure to go and use that for any of your diecast needs.
Free shipping over $20. Not a bad deal. The shipping's always a pain.
Shipping's expensive. Shipping and handling is expensive these days.
Mm-hmm. Whether you live in the U.S., Canada, overseas, it doesn't matter.
Anywhere.
It's still a hindrance a little bit. So, pace car comes in, getting ready for the restart. Colin Fern, Calvin Miller is your front row into the restart zone. Eventually, it's a little further ways down. It looks like we're going to wait until the green flag is in the air from Barney. Here we go, green flag, we're racing. Good to see Barney's recovered after taking a car to the face during Road to Pro on Thursday night. He's back up there and standing strong.
Much different start on that one than when we had the Smalley brothers up front, because they kind of planned when they would go, and then they would take off way before the flag. But yeah, Colin Fern there waited until everyone had the green, and then he went. And he's still in the lead, so he's done well on that one.
And that keeps everybody bunched up instead of spreading everybody out. Tried to get up to the outside to block Calvin Miller. That didn't happen. And now here's Calvin Miller to the front.
And that's something like I mentioned before, maybe if we're on lap 55, 65 here, Colin Fern does try to go up and make that block. But since we're only lap 13, I think he's like, give him the benefit of the doubt here, not be too aggressive. But later in the race, I'm pretty sure that block comes to fruition.
Miller is now clear on the bottom, trying to bring Kevin Orlando Jr. with him on the high side. In the 20, J.R. Houston.
That DoorDash Toyota looking good on the high side.
Hopefully he doesn't wind up with a car on top of him like Bubba Wallace did during the Cup race yesterday. 3 wide further back. Everybody keeping it good for now. Here comes Kevin Orlando Jr. on the high side looking for the lead.
Whoa!
Calvin Miller getting turned sideways by Colin Fern in the 86. The inside line checking it up. Remember, you cannot pass below the double yellow line.
About that Calvin Miller. That race car. That thing was wicked. That thing was wicked going to the tournament. He was sideways. Great job holding on to it and keeping the field together.
And J.R. Houston dropped to the bottom. He's going to take the lead on the inside line. Won't lead the lap, though. Kevin Orlando Jr. leads the lap, and he is clear to the inside if he wants it, with Keith Smalley helping him in the 2 car.
How good Smalley was up front at this point in the race. Probably just stay on the high side for now. Is Houston.
Oh, there goes. He's Colin Miller around. Oh, Kevin Orlando Jr. gets turned around. He collects Fitzgerald. Houston, the big one on the backstretch. Colin Fern up in the air. The 31 into the inside wall. Oh, trash heap. Back straight away. 2 different wrecks, all off turn number 2. Wow. The 48 of Calvin Miller was the first one to get sideways, got turned by Colin Fern. Then Keith Smalley turned Kevin Orlando Jr. into the outside wall. He came back down the racetrack, tagged J.R. Houston, Bryson Fitzgerald involved. Colin Fern got up in the air, had a car go underneath him. The 31 got involved. Who else is that spinning down through? 68, Chris Webb. He got hit from behind by the 77. We've got, I think, a dozen cars involved in this one. Maybe more, maybe less.
Yeah,
But,
Casey had kind of saw it all and got through with a clean race car. So props to him, as well as the 8 of Michael Anthony did a great job sneaking by that one, sneaking by both accidents there off the corner. Michael Anthony, really good job there.
The 4 also caught a piece of it. Tyler Snyder, he caught a mouthful of J.R. Houston. Let's see, who else? The 87 was the one that sent the 31 around. The 87, that is... I saw him there for a second. Patrick Green.
Replay. I just can't stop watching Michael Anthony there. Just gets by the first one, then squeezes to the inside of that DoorDash car to get by.
I don't know how he pulled that off. The UPS car got a piece of it as well. Richard Lekoa, I barely missed this one. We're being told to watch Kyle Smalley's in-car from Kyle Smalley, so let's do that here if we can. The 5 machine.
I'm
41 volt Ramirez. Here's the onboard. We'll start from turn 1, turn 2. Oh, wow!
Did not disappoint.
What a ride for Kyle Smalley.
Onboard did not disappoint.
Oh my goodness. So we are under caution for the 3rd time for a big crash on the back straightaway that takes out some of the top cars in this one so far.
Yeah, a lot of cars too. I mean, the ones that were running up front, sure, but a lot of the guys in the back too, they're probably just riding and hanging around. Got involved in that one. As we see a few guys here taking their quick repairs in the pits. It's Roberto Ramirez, one of them.
Well, and see, with that wreck that we had on the front straightaway, everybody was strung out. So when there was a car sitting in the middle of the racetrack, people could slow down enough and avoid it. With this crash, everybody was bunched together. So when one car gets turned sideways and comes back across the racetrack, a lot more people are going to be there in a shorter amount of time and have nowhere to go but straight into the door. So this one certainly had the potential to be over 20 cars. Only 10 or so were involved, so not too bad, all things considered.
Yeah, well, another thing is, this wasn't just one wreck. This was 2 wrecks at the exact same time. One kind of was on the bottom, and one was at the top and came down the track. So really hard to avoid it for anybody. And because of this, Colin Firm was given an EOL penalty, and Keith Smalley was given an EOL penalty for their roles in that accident.
No surprise there.
No, I can't say I'm shocked with those.
Should get this time by. It's Michael Anthony out in front, then Alexander Kroenke, Kyle Smalley, Gavin Hibbs, Derek Lemke. And while we're here, why don't we talk to the man that might need a new pair of pants that we were on board with, number 5, Kyle Smalley, because he went for an incredible ride there through that wreck. Kyle Smalley, I think you might, like I said, I think you might need a new pair of pants or something after that. Avoiding that wreck, you had a great seat.
Yeah, man, it's like it never ended. Like I was one car, and then another car popped up, and then another car popped up.
Were your eyes open or were they closed when you're just putting the foot down, going through that one? Are they open or closed?
They're definitely open. There's no way I could do that eyes closed.
So now I'm curious, as now you can hear me twice. There we go. So I'm curious. We've seen 3 crashes already. We're not even a third of the way through yet. You think guys are being too aggressive? Do you think these cars are unstable? Because watching that last restart, it seemed like everybody was out of control. Not just 1 or 2 cars. Everybody was on edge.
Yeah, that was my first time being in the, I guess you could say, pack, and I didn't like what I was seeing. So hopefully now I'm up here with my teammate. Hopefully things will settle down and we can just cruise for a bit until we get some green flag stops and then just get to the end of the race.
Well, we're about half a lap away from getting back to green, so we'll let you get back to work, and hopefully we'll talk to you later.
Sounds
at the
good,
end
buddy.
Of this deal, maybe not. We'll see. Best of luck.
Hopefully I see you.
Kyle Smalley, the winner of the New Pants Award thus far here at Talladega after making it through the minefield on the back straightaway with that really 2 crashes at the price of 1.
Yeah, and always nice to hear from a driver, right after a moment like that and during a race. So props to our producer for that, and props to Kyle Smalley there for giving us the second of his time.
Yeah, it's not often we get to do that, no matter the sport.
No,
unless it's the XFL or something.
They do not talk to baseball players when they're standing on second base, so.
Yeah. All right. Michael Anthony, Alexander Kroenke, then Kyle Smalley, Gavin Hibbs, Derek Lemke, your top 5. Then Kyle Manger, Casey Heschel, Ted Reckick, Nathan Yarnell, Brandon Lawless is your top 10. Make it Robert Rader your top 10. Lawless starting in 11th. Remember Lawless, who hit the outside wall head on earlier? Well, he's back. Didn't take him that long. I imagine he used his fast. But still, he clearly not wasting much time to get back up to the front. Pace car is in. And Michael Anthony, Cronky in the 57, going to lead us back down to the green flag. And looks like we're going to wait until the green flag's back in the air, not jumping the starts like the Smallies were doing. Here we go, green flag.
As Kyle told us, though, his teammate, they were right in front of him, so he's probably going to be content just sitting behind him and letting these laps fly by, like he mentioned to us.
Cronky holding strong on the high side for now. Now Anthony busts out ahead, and he is clear to do whatever he wants to do. The 95 Gavin Hibbs to the back bumper of the 57, trying to push him forward and give him a shot to take the lead.
Kevin Hibbs in that Jersey Muggs car making me a little bit hungry here as this race goes on.
Anthony thought about moving up to protect that outside line. He'll stick with Kyle Smalley on the inside line. Derek Lemke in the 71 down there as well.
Well, Lemke doesn't give a shot there to Kyle Smalley in the middle of the corner, decided against it.
Outside line starting to build back up. And you know, we've seen 3 crashes before lap 20, but here we are, still double wide right after the restart. Anthony's going to lead that lap barely, but here comes Cronky with a big head of steam headed for turn 1.
Really interested to see, how these drivers behave in a 10-lap, 12-lap green flag run. The most we've seen, what, like 5, 4, maybe even?
Something like that. It hasn't been a lot.
Not been a lot of laps.
Here comes Anthony now trying to manage the lanes, goes to the top, stacks the outside line up. Now he comes back to the bottom and his teammate. Cronky still hanging tough on the outside, trying to make something happen. But he can't do much as Hibbs kind of forced to fall back. And that's going to force Cronky to fall back. Now the top 2 are single file and clear the outside line.
When you're leading at Talladega, you're not looking in front of you. You know what's in front of you. A lot of people could try to drive this track with their eyes closed if, they were just out there themselves. But here you're looking in your rearview mirror, seeing which lanes you got to block, seeing where the momentum's coming from. And that was the first time we really seen it today from Anthony. He's doing a great job with it so far.
Even this early? You're not even looking out the windshield when you're leading?
No, there's nothing out there.
In the mirror?
There's nothing out there.
Other than the track, maybe. I guess.
He's got his teammate behind him. He's comfortable right now. So maybe, who knows? Maybe he is looking out. Enjoying the clouds.
Top 5 single file. It is Ted Reckick leading the outside line now. We'll see if he can make any ground up. Doesn't look like it right now. They're just kind of stuck back in the 5th, 6th spot. That's where they've dropped back here since the restart, and they haven't been able to get by it since.
Seen a red color on the inside blink in and out a few times. Not too sure who that was, but no harm, no foul on that one. See him doing it a little bit again there as they head off into the corner.
Still top 5 single file.
Drivers may be settling into this one. Don't want to speak too soon.
Maybe. Well, and you got to think from here, everybody has pitted, but everybody's on different stints. What in the world is Yarnell doing in the 15? Stacked up the inside line. I thought he was going to get hooked by Brandon Lawless there in the 83. That got scary.
Yeah, never a good thing when the field stacks up, especially the line with the most cars in it. And on the inside there, nowhere to really go. But everyone did a good job, realizing what was going on, and like you did, and just kind of taking their foot off the gas, calling down a little bit.
That allowed the outside line to regroup a little bit, though. Reckick trying to get somewhere with Cronky on the high side. Hibbs with them as well as Manger.
Teammates up front have not broken up yet. No shock there.
I don't blame them for it. At this point, just ride around and hang out in front.
That 24,
only one retirement thus far. It's Chris Webb in the 68. Everybody else is still on the racetrack.
Yeah, Chris Webb started from the pits too. His day never really got going in this one. And first retirement of the race, and only so far.
Yeah, the only other person not on the lead lap, J.R. Houston, after that first crash. So basically, it feels like we've got... It feels like the Cup Series almost, where you got three dominant teams, JGR, Hendrick, and Penske. Well, instead, we have Balls Out Racing, Strictly Stock Motorsport, and Misfit Mafia, and that list in the Misfit Mafia channel is longer than a CVS receipt. There are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 drivers in that channel right now. It is a packed house.
That was a good reference. I'll give you 10 out of 10 for that one. Really topical these days. That's what single file racing at Talladega does to us commentators. Start bringing up CVS receipts and things like that.
You got 8 in Strictly Stock Motorsports channel. You've got 6 in Balls Out Racing, including the 2 smallies. Big crash, trouble, Manger around, big crash. Dorsey involved, Patrick Green involved, the 77 William Rucker. Tyler Snyder gets a piece of it. Gavin Hibbs involved. And the 4th caution flag of the night. It all started with the 25 of Kyle Manger getting sideways, I think. Caught it out of the corner of my eye right as it started.
Yeah, just got really loose in the corner there. Gavin Hibbs maybe just got hooked.
Oh, yeah, no, it started with Hibbs. I don't think he ever made contact with the 25 either. I think that was just net code. And then that pushed the 25 back down after the 95 got the wall. Down in front of the 29. Casey Heschel bounced off the wall.
See, you're going down
Cato
the
in the 3, he got involved. The 77 got a piece. William Rucker, as I mentioned.
Just Hibbs there, just on that high side as they come into 3 here. He might have lost it. He goes up
the racetrack, and I think he just lost it on his own.
Yeah. He knew CVS receipts were getting brought up on the broadcast and made it a little bit more exciting up here for us.
Spingate Part 2.
A little bit, but yeah, a lot of cars involved in that one. Not many as many as the last caution, but still a sizable amount.
He almost had it saved, and when he hit the outside wall, he got knocked back down into the 25 of Kyle Manger, and that sent Manger down the rest of the racetrack and collected everybody else. Other than that, we would have been able to keep it green. Michael Dorsey hung onto the car until he got turned by Manger, and then they came back up across the racetrack, and the track was completely blocked. Yeah. And already our 4th caution flag of the afternoon.
And with how many were involved in that accident before this one, you have to imagine some people have already gone through their quick repairs, so we might start to see some damaged race cars out there on the track.
Yeah, I can't imagine that is a good thing that these guys have burned through their fast repairs already, considering we are just past a third of the way through this race.
Yeah, not a great sign, it has to be said. A lot of guys, though, still have really clean race cars and haven't really been involved in too much, but 2 cautions like that back-to-back really make those numbers start to go down.
So Michael Anthony, Kyle Smalley remain out in front, and it's Nathan Yarnell, Brandon Lawless, James Lowe, your top 5. I'm not sure where Derek Lemke's going. Actually, I think he is 3rd. Gavin Hibbs has been given an EOL penalty, so it seems like he is being handed the blame for that caution flag.
Don't think he'll have many complaints there.
Yeah, can't say I'm too surprised with that call there.
Ryan Hines dishing out the penalties today, being the unpopular one, but doing a great job up there, keeping this race fair. You know, everyone's getting what they probably deserve. Well, I don't think there's been one yet that I've disagreed with. I don't know about you.
Well, and it's never easy to be the man that everybody hates, the one that has to penalize those when needed and put out cautions. So I can't imagine it's an eager eager thought process to
Have to dish it out
head
like
up
that.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should get the 1 to green this time.
Yeah, should be looking at the 1 to green here.
Michael Anthony still your leader as we begin lap 28 when they cross the stripe. Teammates now on the front row. Anthony and Smalley.
So we're inside 50 to go, as you can see by the ticker. So 48 to go. We'll have 47 to go on the restart. And from here to the end, I think they're going to need to pit one more time, particularly this top 10, top 11, because the top 3 have stayed out for the last 18 laps. Yarnell on back to Marcus Adams has stayed out for the last 12 laps. Crocky has stayed out for 18 laps. Warrell, 11 laps. GT Park, Bryson Fitzgerald, 12 laps. Everybody else just came in. And with 35-ish laps on fuel, they will need to pit again. Everybody will need to pit again to make it to the end. That is, of course, without green-white checkers.
Yeah, I don't know if my TVO is messing up. Maybe yours says the same thing, but I'm seeing the front two. Teammate Small Anthony have yet to pit in this race. I don't know if that's accurate or not. They're showing 28 lap stints so far for those two guys.
I don't know what our producer has on his screen, if he even has timing and scoring up, but on mine it shows both of them pitted 18 laps ago, which would have been on lap 10.
Interesting. My computer not having a great day then, as the pace goes off.
Well, and I know. Well, our producer shows the same thing, which is always a good sign, but ATVO does ATVO things sometimes too, so I get it. Michael Anthony, Kyle Smalley leading us down to the restart. Anthony choosing the outside line here. And here we go, green flag.
No shock there. The teammates were able to separate from the second row there and kind of get a really good jump, and Smalley's going to allow Anthony to get in front of him before they head off into turn number 1.
And Yardell's going to slip into the bottom line as well. That'll leave James Lowe pretty much all by his lonesome up on the top of the track with 31 of Marcus Adams. Now he pops in line. He's missing the front clip on that car, but there he is, still plowing forward. And now James Lowe is going to drop further back.
Not too long ago, Lawless there in the 83, 5th place right now. He was missing the front clip on his car in one of those accidents where he hit the outside wall, in the tri-oval. So good recovery from him so far in that 83 team.
Yeah, that thing was junk 15 laps ago, but he is back, and that thing is looking pretty good inside the top 5 in that 83 car, and I'm sure he wants to keep that Toyota clean as he possibly can the rest of the way.
Beauty of the quick repair.
And also the curse of the quick repair, because now you get involved in another accident, then what? You pack up and go home. Here comes Cronky on the outside with help from James Lowe, trying to make something happen.
Field relatively spread out here, just one lap after the restart.
Yeah, this is kind of surprising as Derek Lemke's trying to kill himself off Brandon Lowe's front bumper. Good grief. That got scary.
I'm sure Lawless was the one most fearful of that. More so than you and me up here in the booth, yep.
I saw it and thought Lemke was going to wind up on his roof, or on his roof, so I don't know. Now here's Marcus Adams looking below the double yellow line. He cannot pass down there. That's going to stack up everybody behind him.
Can't pass on there. You definitely take a peek, though, and we've seen that a few times in this race so far.
Yeah, you pass down though. You pass down there though, and Ryan Hines will give you a black flag, send you to the back.
Yeah, I'm sure he's watching like a hawk. And if someone were to get past below the yellow line, I'm sure they would send a message directly to Mr. Hines, and he would take care of it.
Yes, sir. 45 laps to go here at Talladega, and everybody has figured it out. Single file is the way to go for the time being, at least to get us a little further on through this race.
Someone else who's recovered quite well is the 32 car of Lucas Schreier, who was involved in that first accident on the backstretch where he hit the inside wall. So all the way up there to 9th place, clearly took his quick repair. So does not have one in his back pocket, but doing a good job here in the top 10.
Bryson Fitzgerald, he got taken out in that the big one on the back straightaway. He's now P10, so he's made a nice rebound as well in that 9 car. And Lawless gets moved up to the high side. Here comes Marcus Adams. GT Park going to come to the inside as well. Chris Worrell there. And pretty much they're going to freight train Brandon Lawless and say, see you later, pal.
We're starting to maybe see a separation here of 2 packs. There's a few cars in the middle, kind of in between these 2 little groupings of people. So if they start to have to check up, we might see 2 packs kind of break away from each other here for the first time this race.
GT Park also got damage in one of those early wrecks. He was on pit road for a minute earlier. Lemke on pit road for a minute and a half, so they still have their fast pair. And speaking of, bye-bye GT Park, he's going to go the way of Brandon Lawless and get sucked into that outside line, and he'll drop back right behind Lucas Schreier in the 32.
Did a good job, though, to get back in line. Usually getting hung out on the outside is not the most fun, and so you can see drivers sucked all the way back, 20, 25 places, but good job him, get back in line. I believe he's only down to 9th place right now, so he'll be happy with that.
Got to be thankful that there was a hole for where he needed to go.
Very cool name also, GT Park.
And a cool paint scheme as well, like that UPS scheme. We haven't seen many or really any UPS schemes over the last couple of years, so good to see them back on the racetrack.
Looks like a GTP UPS scheme, so he's kind of taking his initials there and put them in the UPS logo and making it look like a UPS scheme, so even more creative.
Might even be his throwback for a couple weeks from now at Darlington. Don't know.
In front still Michael Anthony in that 8 car. With his teammate Kyle Smalley there tucked in behind him with Yarnell in 3rd.
Yeah, everybody is single file at this point. We got one caution. Caution is out. And it is because the 87 of Patrick Green is apologizing, so I think this was back in 40th place.
Not a great spot in the field to have a caution.
And it was so far back that my iRacing doesn't even pick it up, but it was a pack of Calvin Miller, Holt Johnston, Patrick Green, and is that that's the 88 Jesse Cottrell. There you see the replay, and oh man,
That 84
Fair
car
also getting in that.
Yeah, that 84 car. He did not use his quick repair in that first wreck he was involved in, and might just have to now to all that damage being built up.
Wow. Okay, so Calvin Miller washed up the racetrack. Patrick Green shoved it in on the bottom. Calvin Miller turned dead left across his nose, and they all wound up on the outside wall.
This will be a good view right here from the roof of the 84 car.
And, he almost had it missed, and Patrick Green just overcorrected it.
I bet he thought he was clear of it, and then that overcorrection came right up into him, sent him to the outside wall.
And that'll bring out our second retirement of the race. Calvin Miller has parked the car. So we're going to go side by side once again as the leaders are coming onto pit road. They still cannot make it to the end from here. It'll be close, but they're probably going to have to come in one more time just to be safe. We'll go side by side. We're under our fifth caution here at Talladega. I think our fifth at least. And we'll step aside. Michael Anthony, your current race later. We'll recap pit stops when we come back. And we are back here at Talladega. Ted Reckick is your race leader, then Kevin Orlando Jr. and Tyler Snyder. Those three stayed out. And then there's everybody else. Nathan Yarnell wins the race off pit road. Michael Anthony loses 6 spots. He falls back to P9 throughout the pit cycle here.
Some new people up front, always nice to see.
So things continue to shuffle around here at Talladega. And we are closing in on halfway. Halfway should be right at the restart here pretty much. We're coming to 39 to go, and we should get one to green here as well. So Ted Reckick, your leader, then Kevin Orlando Jr., Tyler Snyder, Nathan Yarnell, Kyle Smalley, your top 5, then Chris Worrell, Marcus Adams, Gavin Hibbs, Michael Anthony, James Lowe, your top 10.
Got the number 2 car there. Keith Smalley at 11th, Michael Dorsey in 12th, Colin Fern 13th, GT Park said a few things about his incredible paint scheme down there in 14th, Lucas Strayer 15th, Bryson Fitzgerald 16th, Robert Roeder 17th, Derek Lemke 18th, Richard Lakawa 19th, 19th, and Jared Wishin in 20th.
James Cato, 21st. Travis Rucker, 22nd. William Rucker is 23rd. Brandon Lawless, 24th. Anthony Colantuono, 25th. Jesse Cottrell, 26th. Alexander Kroenke, 27th. Michael Elliott, 28th. Shout out to our producer's documents folder showed up on stream there. It happens.
Nothing,
I don't remember where it was at in the grid. Roberto Ramirez, 27th. Zach Lindgren, 28th. Patrick Green, 29th. J.R. Houston, 30th. Something like that. And then there's the rest. Kroenke, Shaw, Colantuono, Michael Elliott, Casey Heschel. And then out of the race, Kyle Manger, Calvin Miller, and Justin Webb. Kyle Manger must have just parked it because
I see him still going on mine. Maybe my whole thing's messed up, but I think he's still going.
Kyle Manger. Yeah, he's still on the racetrack. ATVO is just ignoring his existence. Sorry.
Ferris Shaw, though,
that was wrong.
Yeah, Ferris Shaw getting some work done on the pit lane, though, from the both damage wrecks he's been involved in. I don't think he'd use his fast repair. Yeah, didn't use it in that first wreck he was in. Doesn't look like he's using it here. So interesting to see if he'll lose a lap from this or not. I believe he already has, maybe.
So while we're here, let's go to the actual reason that the folder came up. It was to pull up the upcoming events for STN Racing. FTF Grand National Series presented by Bar Vigils is at Iowa Speedway this Saturday at 1 o'clock. How about Saturday, May 1st at 10 p.m. Then we are back with Four Corners Racing League. How about this? We get to call 4 races in a row for FCRL. We call round 11 at Kansas a week from tonight, Monday. Huh? That's a typo. Considering tonight is Monday, April 26th at 8:15 p.m. How about Monday, May 3rd at 8:15 p.m. And then eNASCAR Road to Pro Qualifying iRacing Series Week 5. That's at Darlington, Thursday, May 6th, 9 p.m. Eastern. And there's also FTF1, which is the IR01 cars there at Spa this Friday night. I believe at 9 p.m. Eastern. Pace cars in. We'll eventually get our times right. Ted Reckick leading us down to the restart. Lost it when he hit the gas. Green flag. We're back underway.
Some damage on the front of Ted Reckitt's car there as well.
Yeah, he got involved in one of those earlier accidents. I think it was one of the wrecks in turn number 3. But now he's all good to go.
Be hard-pressed to find a lot of people who haven't been involved in some of the accidents you had so far, especially those 2 big ones. 3 big ones. You want to count the one that had 2 separate wrecks in it.
5 cautions so far on the afternoon. And this time by, we will officially be halfway.
Front 9, 10 here, kind of single file. The whole pack pretty much except for 3-4 cars up there on the high side towards the back of the pack.
Here comes, well, Kyle Smalley thought about it and then got back in line. I thought he was going to make a move on the high side, but he did not.
Wouldn't be shocked if Smalley ends up with his teammates sooner rather than later again. Anthony, like we saw them leading this race before that last caution and those subsequent pit stops.
And remember, we will be back for this race in the playoffs on October 4th. We'll have that race live.
I'm sure the drivers love the prospect of that right now. The way this one's going.
And we also will be at Daytona at the end of August as well. So we get to cover the last 2 plate races for these guys. And that it's always a fun time.
Always a pleasure.
I love plate racing.
Always a pleasure.
Reckick, Orlando Jr., Snyder, your top 3, then Smalley and Worrell. They thought about the outside line last time by. They're back on the bottom line now.
Just as is pretty much everybody else, except as I said before, 4 or 5 cars on that high side. I don't know if they're trying to get something to work, try to get people to join them up high, or just would rather try something new and see if they have it for later on in the race as Roberto Ramirez falls back through the pack after going below that yellow line.
Yeah, looking ahead at the Four Corner Racing League schedule, we call 5 out of the next 6 races. So here at Talladega, or 4 out of the next 5. We're at Kansas next week, then Darlington for the throwback race. Then we go to Atlanta. We're off when these guys go to Coda. Then we come back at Charlotte on just after Memorial Day weekend. I guess that's Memorial Day Monday. And then we take like 7 weeks off and come back in Indianapolis.
Be well rested for that one.
That is all subject to change. There, more sponsorship means we get to call more races. So, and I will never complain about having to call more races. So, yeah. Things like Chicagoland would be fun to call. Atlanta again. Watkins Glen. Oh, trouble. Worrell. Oh, there it goes. GT Park in the wall. Oh, that's Lawless again. Lekowa again. GT Park slammed hard into the outside wall, and it all started when Nathan Yarnell got turned around back across the field.
Trying to have a competition. Which big one can be the biggest one so far in this one today?
Just got loose again. Just like what we saw earlier. Got loose, tagged JT Park, who went head on into the outside wall. A very hard impact. Derek Lemke got clobbered. Lawless involved. Lekowa involved. I think the 3 of Keto got involved as well. But another big crash. Caution number 6. Colin Fern has parked the car for the night. He's done.
Yeah, a lot of guys involved in that one. Just vicious hits all over, especially to that outside wall in the middle of the corner.
And I mean, he just lost it on his own.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. Tough night for some of these guys.
I can't imagine he's going to be too popular of a character after that, potentially ending some of these guys' days.
I mean, he's not the first one that we've seen get loose on the high side entering 3, and I have a feeling he won't be the last one that we will see get loose on the high side getting into turn number 3.
No, not at all.
These guys are all over the place. They are not sitting in with the track very well.
It looks like up front, the only person that really stayed out, minus a few stragglers there at the back of the pack, is Ted Rekich. So not sure he's going to be too happy with that, considering, like I said, he has damage, and everyone else pretty much came in. As Brendan Lawless as well as disconnected from the session. So involved in 3 wrecks so far tonight, I think, and recovered well, but that one unable to recover from, and he's parked the car.
So if I can find our race leader. Find him on the racetrack. Wow, I'm blind. Oh yeah, I am blind because I didn't scroll down far enough. There's Ted
There he
Recky.
is. Number 91. It's a high number. You got to scroll pretty far away to get there.
Yeah, well, I was looking out through the 80s and I'm like, well, where is he? I was like, wait, no, he's a 90, so he's kind of there. He is. All right, so it's him, then Bryson Fitzgerald, and then after that, Alexander Kroenke, Kyle Smalley, Chris Worrell, your top 5. The Michael Anthony, James Lowe, Marcus Adams, Robert Rader, Keith Smalley, your top 10.
In 11th, you got the 71 machine of Derek Lemke. 12th, Zach Lindgren. 13th, Jared Wishon. 14th, Michael Dorsey. 15th, the 12 car of Travis Rucker. 16th, James Cotter. 17th, Gavin Hibbs. 18th, William Rucker. 19th, Jesse Cottrell. And 20th, you got Holt Johnson of the 47 car.
Brandon Lawless joins the ever-growing list of cars that are parking it for the night and will not finish this one. Not surprised after he used his faster pair after the contact between him and Lekola. And involved in that last crash. Done for the night.
And Yarnell has been given an EOL penalty for his role in that last accident, and we'll start at the end of the field for this restart.
Should be getting 1 to green here as they come through the start of the tri-oval.
Pace lasts about 1 minute and 40 seconds here at Talladega.
We would know, since we've been under them a lot. This is our 6th caution flag of the night.
Bryson Fitzgerald looks like he's going to start in second place there on that high side. That Florida Gators Chevrolet.
And then Kroenke and Smalley will round out row 2.
You look up Smalley right there. He has his teammate Anthony right behind him again. Didn't take too long for those guys to link up again for one of these restarts.
And the other Smalley back up inside the top 10, Keith Smalley in the 2. He's back up there. He's crawled his way towards the front again.
We restarted. It'll be lap 45 of 75. 31 to go when we get the green flag.
We're getting there. Slowly but surely.
Pretty much everybody behind Wreckage pitted on that last caution, except for, like I said, 1 or 2 towards the back of the pack. But sure, if he would have known that, he would have came down pit road as well. But stays out, retains the lead, still has some damage on the front nose of that car.
Half a lap away. Here from the restart, we'll have 31 to go on the restart.
A little bit of separation there on that high side. A few guys, even a few car lengths in between them. I'm sure they'll make that up when they see the pace car start to hurry it along and get down pit road.
Now, something to keep in mind in points, Calvin Allison, tied for the points lead, is not here. There's no way this can be right. Hold on. Huh? Let's try this one here. Okay, the last one I looked at had 3 starts on it instead of 9. Green flag. Anyway, Calvin Allison, 3rd in points with 3 wins on the season. He is not here, so he's going to fall down a little bit through the order. It's Kroenke on top with no wins. He leads the points, but Kyle Smalley is 2nd in points. Right now, they're 2nd and 3rd on the racetrack, respectively.
Cream rises to the top. We're seeing that on full display here so far tonight. This Wreckage doing a good job holding that lead. Kroenke pushing him. Kyle Smalley riding back there in 3rd.
Yeah, the outside line, it existed for a moment, and it's going, gone. Bryson Fitzgerald's still trying to lead the charge, but they're not going anywhere on the high side. As it's Reckitt, Kroenke, Smalley, Worrell, Lowe on the inside, top 5 single file. Then you got Fitzgerald fighting hard on the outside.
Shocked to see Smalley there kind of ditch his teammate Anthony. I thought he was going to, they were back in, bumper to bumper on that restart. I thought they were going to try to move down together, maybe stay up top together, but Smalley saw the advantage going low. We see another wreck on the backstretch.
Oh, yep, there it goes. It's James Cato around. There is no caution. We stay green. Now the caution's out. Travis Rucker also involved in the crash. I think Marcus Adams may have gotten a piece of it as well. And the caution for the 7th time tonight.
Again, just
and
cars.
It was Marcus Adams came down, got into the side of Cato, got him sideways, and that took Rucker to the inside wall as well. I remember I said before the race that this will be better than Bristol Dirt, right? Bristol Dirt was the bottom of the barrel. After 7 cautions here at Talladega, with still 30 laps to go, I don't know. Starting to push it now.
Yeah, of course, Bristol Dirt was that race. My transformer blew up, so I actually wasn't there for that one. I'm pretty sure that was all you. You did a great job holding the team on your back on that one. You had to put icy hot on that one after.
I think that was the best Bristol Dirt race that I called that weekend.
Well, there you go.
All right. We keep rolling. And I know it's still very early, but I'm curious, Jarrett, who's your picks to win who is your pick to win this race?
Well, right now the pace car's led a fair amount of laps. Maybe he wouldn't be a bad shout so far in this one, but I think it's just so early to say. Kyle Smalley, early in terms of how many green flag laps he's actually had, but Kyle Smalley's shown speed all night back there in 3rd, and we know his teammates have been fast too, so that always helps in these situations. So Kyle Smalley, I feel like the one you got to pick for me anyways. So who would yours be, Jacob, at this point in the race?
Well, if you're going to pick Kyle Smalley, then I'm going to pick the other guy that was out front early, Michael Anthony in the 8. He's back in 9th now. And as long as he can avoid the wrecks, I think he's got a good shot to bring it home in one piece. Whether or not he wins, that's a different story. But at this point, survival's more important anyway.
Yeah, at this point, most definitely. Under 30 to go now, though, here at Talladega.
And now we wait. Yep.
It's awesome.
Ted Reckitt out in front in this 91. It's been 22 laps since he's pitted. I don't think there's any possible way he can save enough fuel under caution to make it to the end. With 28 laps to go, he would need to make it 50 laps on fuel. That's darn near impossible. There's no way he's saving enough fuel, so he's going to have to pit. When's he going to do it?
Yeah, I mean, if
he run out of laps.
Yeah, if he pits in this caution, it'll be quite shambolic from him. I mean, like I said, last caution, really one of the only guys to stay out. So if you're able to pit now, lose all that track position, come down, be at the back of the pack, maybe his best bet's to just ride out, and hopefully we get like maybe 10, 15, 20 green flag laps in, try to push the fuel there, then come down pit road when everyone else does. If they do. So he's kind of in a catch-22 situation right now.
Well, he's got to wait until next time. Next caution, that is, to pit. James Cato has been given an EOL penalty. Not sure why.
He was involved in that last wreck.
Well, but Marcus Adams was given one right away at the caution flag, and I figured that what was going to be it. Lights are still on the pace car. Everybody else really should be able to make it to the end, except for Reckitt. Everybody else with cautions and everything should be able to make it the rest of the way. I can tell that our producer has run out of things to throw at us. So I'm just going to go by his lead here. Jarrett, favorite type of M&Ms?
It's funny you say that. The other day when I missed the second split eNASCAR Road to Pro, I was recovering from the second dose of the coronavirus vaccine, and a friend of mine dropped off M&Ms, and they were just the plain basic M&Ms. And I'm pretty sure they might all taste the same. I'm not sure on that. They just look different. But orange is always a go-to flavor of mine. Orange M&Ms, orange Skittles, anything orange, throw it my way. Orange juice, anything. Big fan of that.
See, Zach knew what I was talking, or I was on the same page as Zach. He was talking, there are 15,000 different M&M flavors. You've got peanut butter, you've got peanut, you got crispy, pretzel, caramel.
Yeah,
there's the fudge ones. There's been some like coffee ones or something stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, at least, and I can go by personal experience with this. A couple of years ago, when I would be the public address announcer for high school baseball, I would show up with my notes and everything, and then also in my bag would be one of those big shareable like bags that you could zip shut, and it would rotate between, well, really whatever I would get at the store. It would be peanut butter ones are pretty good, the pretzel ones are pretty good, the caramel ones are pretty good. So it would just be pretty much every week could be a different bag that would show up.
I was actually fortunate enough to call a baseball game a few weeks ago. First time ever. I was on the Big Ten Plus for that one, and what a sport, college baseball. I'm sure high school baseball is very similar. Just, feels like a podcast, just waiting around, waiting for something to happen. Nothing like the excitement we've seen so far here today at Talladega.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to call a little bit of softball this semester, and it's typically calling something like that, a sport like baseball and softball, it's only really fun when the team that you're calling for is good. I said it. Here we go. Coming to green flag. And our team's good. So no worry there. Green flag. Ted Rackett gets us rolling. Gets us off of this conversation. 26 to go.
Ted Rackett there by taking the green flag through the life preserver into this broadcast as he retains the lead in the middle of turn number 1.
And Alexander Kroenke, see you later, pal. All by his lonesome on the high side. Now he gets in line, and now here's Bryson Fitzgerald to the outside with Derek Lemke to help.
Anthony, they're trying to get by Kroenke, maybe try to get to that inside line. Unable to do it. It's going to have to be mired on that high side here. They'll run Billy up there. Gets inside, same time as Bryce Alexander does in front of the field, in front of that 71 car of Derek Lemke.
Here's Kyle Smalley now in second. And everybody's back to choo-choo mode on the inside of the racetrack. 25 laps to go.
Yeah, little pack here's kind of broken away. There's the kind of 2 packs here running. The last few incidents we've seen have just been individual errors, really. So it don't really need a huge pack for that to happen again.
I'm more worried about this second pack. Because, they're just running around. J.R. Houston, Kevin Orlando Jr., Patrick Green back here, Tyler Snyder, Kyle Manger, Lindgren, Strayer, Dorsey. These are the guys that have already wrecked once and don't want to wreck again. They're in this second single file pack. They're running the middle line on the racetrack, not the bottom. Now they all jump down low.
Yeah.
Now, of course, they're starting to fan out.
The issue for a second there was they had a slow lap car with damage they all had to maneuver by, who was just camping on that low side. So they had to move up the racetrack a little bit and did a really good job transitioning back down to the bottom. Usually that's where you see some accidents, even in the NASCAR Cup Series when they're kind of blending back to that bottom side. But good job there keeping it clean.
And now they're trying to close in on the leaders and make this one pack.
Message from the leaders that second pack would be just kind of ride with us. Let's just try to focus in, try to catch that lead package out, based out going double file to try to gain some time back that they've lost over these first couple laps since this restart.
Well, and they are closing in. Just looking at the gap, they were 3 seconds back. Now that they moved to the bottom, they've picked up 0.3 to the race leader. Now 2 3/4 seconds back. So they are closing in. They're only about a second back from the last car in that first pack of GT Park.
The only person in this field I think is rooting for a caution right now might be Ted Wreckage. I don't think he can go to the end of this race without coming in for another pit stop, and definitely does not want to do it under green because he would be the only one, I'm pretty sure, at this moment in time. So while he's leading, he also would love a yellow flag.
Yeah, Wreckage is going to need to pit in the next 10 laps, realistically, to make it. Maybe a few more. He might be able to make it 12 laps, but he will not be able to make it to the end. On fuel, even if we have 7 more cautions.
Yeah, and being up front's not helping him too much either.
No, because he's full throttle all the way around the track.
Smalley there in second, Worrell back there in third. Just kind of staying steady, not too concerned with running second and third here on this inside line, because they probably know the situation with Wreckage, and they probably also know how many cautions we've had, and want to just try to get this one over with and keep the car in one piece, not do anything too crazy here to have a shot here at the end.
Yeah, not tear anything else up till the last 10 laps, when things really start to get spicy up at the front.
Yeah, last 10 laps, it's fine, reckon then, because you were going for the win at least. But with 22 to go here, kind of wouldn't be too happy with themselves, I don't think.
Yeah. You'll get to a point where you run out of time, and you got to start making moves to get to the front. It's not yet. We're getting close to that point, but it is not happening yet. Kevin Orlando Jr. has caught the draft to the rest of the pack. They're half a second back on GT Park, 2 seconds back on the leader, and that gap is all but gone.
And that happened quick. That happened really quick.
And it only took 3-4 laps.
Yeah, it happened without this first pack, breaking up and going double file. So there was just really good speed out of that. The leaders of that second pack, really good organization to catch up back to this lead group.
Something that's really going to kill Wreckage if we don't get a caution. He's going to be the only man on the face of the earth that's going to pit. He's going to have no drafting help whatsoever. He's going to fall a lap down here.
Yeah, easily for sure. Get back up to speed, and then once he gets back up to speed, he'll be by himself. So for sure, we'll go a lap down, maybe 2 if he can't get up to the back of that pack once they fly by him. So he's hoping for a caution, like I said, probably the only one in the field. Maybe someone way back in the back of the pack wants one too, but Wreckage right now, hoping to see that yellow.
Bryson Fitzgerald is gonna be close. Same with Kroenke in the 57. They're going to be 40 laps total on this run to make it to the end. It's more realistic than Wreckage's 50 laps. Maybe with cautions, they may be able to save enough. Well, Saving 5 laps at a 2.5-mile racetrack is pretty big.
Yeah.
But I think there may be a chance that they make it, because if you think the trucks could make it 36 to 40 laps around here on fuel. So the cars should be able to make it about that as well.
Yeah, well, even more, though, for those drivers, is they're in the benefit of having the draft and being in the pack this whole time where, not full throttle the entire way around like we see Wreckage having to do for these last, 15 laps since he's taking the lead. So they'll have a little bit more leniency that way, too, but Wreckage, he's in an island of his own. There's really nothing he can do right now. I have 18 to go in the cross the stripe this time by. Wreckage still your leader, Smalley in second.
Yep. And then we're all just riding around, choo-choo in the bottom.
Sounds like it.
Pretty much what this is like here at Daytona. It's train time.
Talladega, same thing though at Daytona though, has to be said. And that's a good train. I would rate that train noise like 8 out of 10. Really put the effort behind it, and I can tell you're passionate about it. So that's what you need right there.
Something like that.
Yeah.
We got a couple of guys trying to make moves on the outside line. Kyle Manger is one. Kevin Orlando Jr. is another. J.R. Houston is another. And there is a pack out of the draft as well It's, well, the Three Stooges back here. Roberto Ramirez, Travis Rucker, Richard Lekoa, then Marcus Adams and Holt Johnson further back. And then Yarnell way back there. Cato, Ferris Shaw is in danger of being lapped. He's going to be lapped in about a lap or so. Here comes the top side. They are coming.
Yeah, it's all about just getting numbers right now, seeing who wants to go up there and see if they can, stake their claim in this one as you head towards the end here with 17 laps to go.
Going to make it interesting here with this lap car, but we should be able to be just fine.
Of course, Ferris Shaw involved in a few incidents so far today.
Yep, and I think by now he's used his faster pair and he's just trying to limp it home for point's sake.
Yeah, you never know. You get a big wreck and, people have to retire because of it. You could gain, 5-10 positions, which could mean a lot here towards the end of the season.
Yeah, Shaw is only one down. He will get the free pass under the next caution flag. It's Cato and Shaw, the only two cars that are a lap down. Everybody else that's a lap down is out of the race. Colin Fern, Brandon Lawless, Calvin Miller, Chris Webb. Everybody else on the lead lap, and we have 24, 25, maybe 26 cars in this lead pack, and the inside line is stacking up. Holy heck.
And that'll help that outside line, maybe help some even people decide, hey, I want to go to the high side. And yep, we see Anthony right there peek out to the high side.
Here we go. 15 laps to go at the stripe.
All about getting numbers, getting guys, convincing them to go high. And I wouldn't be shocked when Anthony gets up there. If he gets up there, if that high line continues to develop right up to Smalley, he decides to get in front of his teammate and join that high side movement.
Oh, Michael Anthony almost wrecked when he came up in front of Kyle Manger there. That got close. They are still slideways off the corner. Anthony getting pushed like crazy. Now here comes Fitzgerald on the high side. He wants to boogie up there. And now Anthony's going to get stuck up on the high side. Manger goes to the middle.
Left
Bye-bye, Michael Anthony.
Yep. That's just the harsh reality sometimes.
Manger.
This kind of racing.
It's going to leave Manger to push Fitzgerald. Yarnell going to go down to the apron. Here comes James Lowe on the high side. He wants to lead. Oh, Yarnell's car just shut off. That's why he pulled down onto the flat.
It's not
Oops.
great. Safely
Here
gets in the
comes
pit road.
Lowe. Still not able to get to the outside of Reckick yet. Down the backstretch. Again, Reckick has to pit soon, within the next 5 laps. New leader, James Lowe. He's clear.
And immediately gets down to that bottom, and that almost stacked the whole field up when Fitzgerald made the move down there, too, in front of Wreckage.
Yep. Reckick continues to stay out on the racetrack. James Lowe, your new race leader. That's going to leave Kyle Manger to lead the outside line. 13 laps to go at Talladega.
J.O. Houston, the third car on that high side. He's had some trouble today, too. Really good to see him rebound up into the top 10. It's one of the drivers, unfortunately, involved in that accident where we had 2 wrecks at the same time.
Oh, man. Patrick Green sweep.
Great
Saw him
save.
at the wheel off the corner. Kept it straight. Here comes Manger. Big run. Lowe with a bigger run on the bottom.
Lowe holding that lead right now. Fitzgerald behind him.
I can't believe Reckick is still staying out there.
I think he's just going for broke at this point.
Maybe. 12 laps to go.
We're starting
Kyle
to see.
Manger is clear to the front.
We're starting to see this aggressiveness and this pushing kind of amp up a bit. I would not be shocked if I said the same thing about blocks here in a few laps.
Now Manger out in front. And it looks like he's going to try and manage both lanes here. Lap car just up the road. It's Cato in the 3. Manger still chilling on that high side. Kevin Orlando Jr. not clear down low yet. He will be now.
Manger in that Valvoline Camaro on that high side. The leader. can really go anywhere he wants. We see he runs develop down low. Might throw a block there. For right now, no worries out back.
Now J.R. Houston cleared down low. So James Lowe can't do anything on the bottom, and he's got Fitzgerald picking his tires up off the ground. 11 to go.
Intensity's picked up a lot here in these last couple laps. Gonna come up on this lap car. Looks like maybe turns 3 and 4 will get to him. Really, they had time to get to a lap car, but trial could be a little bit better if he decides to head down to the apron.
Yeah, it might be a good... Well, there would have been a good spot to pull off, but unfortunately they're a little too far back for him to do that. So maybe headed towards turn 1, not sure. But Major continues to lead, top 4 single file. Kind of just managing the racetrack. Orlando Jr. shoving the heck out of Kyle Major.
Thought Kato was maybe going to stay low. Looks like he's gone to the high side right up there towards that wall.
And I don't know what ATVO's doing, saying that Marcus Adams is the race leader as Patrick Green is in the wall. Big crash behind him. Michael Dorsey gets a piece of it. And it's a big crash with just 2 cars, of course. And the caution's out with 10 laps to go.
Of course.
That's the second time that I've seen Patrick Green sideways off the corner, and this time he couldn't save it. Well, he could, and then he got hooked back into the outside wall by the 6 of Chris Warrell. Also collected the 32 of Lucas Strayer. I saw Crocky got a piece of it as well, bouncing off of Warrell. But a big hit for Patrick Green into the outside wall. Oh, Casey Heschel sliding by on the outside.
Just again, that part of the track, just, coming off that corner, maybe got a little bit help from behind, bumped off the corner. But, late in this race, you got to expect that.
Yep. So that is the caution that Ted Reckick needed to make it to the end.
Yeah, perfect timing on his part.
And to pit. At least I hope he pits here.
Yeah, we got to hope he does.
Because if he doesn't pit, then we all look like idiots.
Well, there he goes. He's making the left turn.
And it looks like he is pitting. Right. For a moment, I thought I was going to have to eat crow, but no, he did come on to pit road. The 32 also coming on, a Strayer.
Had us on the edge of our seats there for
and
that
Patrick Green. Dorsey as well coming in. Looks like everybody else is staying out for the most part. Colin Tuono's going to come in. Ramirez, Travis Rucker, Lekoa, Cato, Johnston all coming in. But Kyle Manger continues to be the race leader. So let's bring up, while we're here, I believe we're going to talk to Roberto Ramirez. No, J.R. Houston. Hi, how are you doing?
All right, how about you?
P3 right now on the racetrack, and you've had an up and down day, huh?
Yeah, I had to use the fast repair early. Got involved in one of those early crashes, and been working with some people here, and we made it this far. And we lost a couple of our guys there, so hopefully we can finish up strong.
What do you think you got for these guys here? You got a restart here, under 10 to go. Probably not the last restart. So are you kind of preparing mentally for another restart here?
Yeah, really just got to make sure we stay in line, work together with the guys that we're supposed to work together with, and whatever happens, happens. Obviously, on the last lap, anything goes, even with your teammates. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of balls cars back there, and they're all fast, and they work together really well. So we'll have to keep them behind us.
JR, as we come to the end of a race like this, you mentioned you work with some guys to get back to the front of the pack. Do you still, keep those trust, those relationships, or is it more so your friends are where you find them here as we come to the end of this race at a place like Talladega?
I think we, there's so much communication going on right now because if you even get close to the guy in front of you, you're going to spin him out, and that just wrecks you as well. So I think even if you want to work with somebody that maybe you're not talking to live, you could easily wreck that guy, or he could easily wreck you. So I think your even better friends than usual are the guys that you need to work with right now.
Most definitely. Well, JR, you've had really rotten luck every time we've been here on the STN Racing for the broadcast, the Four Corners Racing Leagues. Hope that turns around tonight. Hope you have a really exciting here and positive end of this race, and good luck here.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so we have 1 to green here at Talladega. Just a note, Robert Rader, as ATVO continues to just screw up. Now it says Nathan Yarnell is in second when he's 2 laps down. All right. Robert Rader, P4. He was the winner last time FCRL was on a plate track back at Daytona. And, he won by 2 seconds. But still, Robert Rader may still have a shot. He restarts P4 in the 53.
And, going back to that race, how did he win that race by 2 seconds? Because of a last lap, sequence of events where there was a huge accident, was able to get through it. And, he's hoping to do the same today. Obviously has the pedigree, can win on these plate tracks through instances like that, able to get through them. So hopefully he'll be hoping for something similar here today. Going to have 6 to green when the pace car veers off. I think I agree with you, Jacob. I don't think this is going to be the last restart.
Yeah, this is going to be something.
It will be something. It will be something.
Yeah, I have a feeling that after 2 or 3 laps, I'm going to want to crawl underneath my desk and cry because we got to do this all over again. We'll have 6 to go on the restart, and we'll see what happens.
Something's going to happen, right? We will not be disappointed.
Yeah, it's probably going to be that caution flag being thrown again.
Well, now that you say it, come on.
All right, well, here we go. And of course, it's a full moon tonight, so you know what that means. The chaos is only going to be amplified. We've got 6 to go here on the restart. It's Kyle Manger, Kevin Orlando Jr., J.R. Houston, Robert Rader, James Lowe, top 5, Fitzgerald, Worrell, Smalley, Cronky, Lemke, your top 10. Let's go, green flag.
Really spread out start there as the front 5 able to get in line. Kyle Smalley then tucks in line to make it the front 6 or 7 here. Single file, headed off at turn 1.
Everybody's single file. The only car on the outside line right now is Lemke. He tries to fill in a hole. There is no hole there, though. He almost got turned, and he's going to keep on dropping back.
Manger now in the lead. I think he's a little concerned how calm it is behind him, but I think he knows it won't last for too long as we get closer to the end of this one.
Yeah.
To say the least.
That's a safe bet.
Yeah, to say the least.
Bryson Fitzgerald looking to the top, can't do anything. Back trouble, big crash behind him. Car into the outside wall. It is Zach Lindgren, caution again. So Zach Lindgren with a spin in the middle of the pack. He got... Huh? Boy, that replay... Look at the replay and you figure this one out.
Yeah, just looks like netcode on that one, which is a sad, unfortunate reality of plate racing here on iRacing. Yeah, just, man. But then, yeah, wow. Regardless of how it happened, that'll bunch the field back up, and we'll have probably a green-white checker here if I had to put my money on it.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That was a lot of bit of net code that pushed the 80 up into the 80, or the 88 up into the 85, and it was on from there. All right, let's do another interview here. Let's bring up. He's in fourth place now, I think. Roberto Ramirez in the 53 car. No.
One more time.
I got people mixed up. Roberto
41
Ramirez
car.
is in the 41.
Yep, there you go.
He's back in 21st. I was thinking of Robert Rader, who's in the 53, who's up in fourth. But yeah, let's let's bring him up here. I really don't even know what to say. You've been up towards the front at some parts of the race, but kind of just been lurking in the background, waiting for the opportunity to get to the front.
Oh wait, you guys are talking to me?
Yeah. Hey, welcome
Yes,
to the
sir.
broadcast, Roberto. How you doing?
Alright. Yeah, I mean, the nice thing is that we're on the I think we're gonna be on the inside. No, I think we're gonna be on the outside. So I don't really know what to do. It seems like the inside is gonna be really formed up, and it's just tough because with this package, you really got to have cooperation to form up the outside, and I'm not sure we're gonna be able to do that with a couple of laps. But I'm just gonna try and make any move I can to get up there.
Now, Roberto, one of the most talented graphic designers, on iRacing, in real life, you do stuff for Stuart Haas Racing. We see you in that gorgeous Ally car. Where did you kind of get your inspiration from? How did you get started in that? And tell us a little bit about that career path.
I got started really on like NASCAR 09 about 10, 11 years ago. I was like a little kid and I was making schemes, so I've just kind of been doing it ever since.
And how easy is it in iRacing to try to get your stuff out there and kind of make a name for yourself on the sim?
I don't know if I can answer that just because I haven't really tried. It's just kind of happened, I guess. But nevertheless, I do appreciate it, and hopefully I can finish this race up nice. And yeah,
Awesome. Well, Roberto, I really appreciate it. Hope your car stays clean towards the end of this one. Looks like we're going to restart with green-white checker here. And thanks for joining us in the booth. And really
thanks for having me. All right, have a good one.
Roberto Ramirez back in the 20th spot right now, and just like the NASCAR Road to Pro Qualifying iRacing Series on Thursday, we get to have a natural green-white checker, which means we're not going to overtime, but we are going to have 2 laps to go on the restart. If they get to the white flag, pretty much we're just going. If we don't get the white flag, we'll do it again.
The way this one's been going, I would not be shocked, though, if we went to overtime. Not to jinx it here or anything like that, but yeah.
I don't know. Just because it takes so long for these cars to get up to speed, I think it's going to be like Thursday. We're going to make it, and then in the tri-oval, all hell's going to break loose, and the field's going to fly apart, and the flagman's going to get decapitated again by a splitter. But, at the end of the day, that's what happens when we go to plate races.
Kyle Manger up front here looking to finish out these laps in the lead, try to have that protection of being in the lead, maybe throw a few blocks here or there, but hoping to get a good restart. That's his main goal right now.
All right. Half a lap to green. And I'm curious, you still sticking with Kyle Smalley, or are you going to make another pick here as we look at the field summary? We've had 9 cautions, 10 lead changes. Almost a third of this race has been held behind the pace car tonight?
Yeah, I'll still go with Smalley. I mean, why not? I already put my flag down in the Smalley fan club here earlier in this race, so why not go with it? J.R. Houston's looking like a really good bet right now, as well as the leader, Kyle Manger. So really hard to say. Like we said, race been pretty unpredictable up until this point when we've had green flag laps, and we have to have at least one of them here to try to get this thing going. So, my money's still on Kyle Smalley as the pace car ducks off.
I'm going to call an audible. Michael Anthony, he's back in 11th. It's not that I don't trust him. It's just I trust Robert Rader more. He won at Daytona. He's starting 4th. I'm going with the 53 Robert Rader. Let's see what happens. Through the tri-oval. If they make it back to the white flag, we are committed. If we do not make it back to the white flag and we get a crash, caution flag, we do it again. Green flag. Here we go.
A little bit of separation there on that high line. Robert Rader ducks into the inside behind Houston to fall 3rd place in line. Looks like the 27 of Kevin Orlando might be all stuck to dry. Rader again. High line again.
Rader almost got turned by Fitzgerald. The outside line is going nowhere. Rader tries to go up and block James Lowe. He's going to go 3 wide on the top of the track, and it's all playing in the hands of Kyle Manger down the back straightaway for probably the penultimate time. The top 4 all single file. J.R. Houston 2nd. Bryson Fitzgerald 3rd. I'm sure he's going to be aggressive. Kyle Smalley 4th. 5th place is Tyler Snyder. Where in the world did he come from? Off of turn 4. It looks like we are going to make it to the white flag. Just like the NASCAR Auto Pro Qualifying iRacing Series, white flag in the wind. 1 lap to go. We are committed. Here comes Fitzgerald. He lost his help from Smalley.
Smalley thought about it, went back to the inside behind Houston on this fast, low lane.
Oh, Kroenke almost got turned around by Kevin Orlando Jr. He moves to the inside. Michael Anthony has slid into the 5th spot on the bottom side. This is not over yet by any means. J.R. Houston, trouble. Michael Anthony around. He's hard on the inside wall. We're still rolling.
Looks like a solo car wreck there for Anthony.
Yep, 4 wide further back. Everybody still doing good. Here comes the 95 of Gavin Hibbs as they come through turns 3 and 4. Kyle Manger all out in front. I don't think anybody's going to be able to get to him. Here's the last move by Smalley. He's too far back. 4 wide. They're going to crash behind him. Robert Rader turns hard into the outside wall. Kyle Manger wins the Caleb's 189. Kyle Manger with the win at Talladega holds off J.R. Houston, Kyle Smalley, Gavin Hibbs, and Kevin Orlando Jr. That's your top 5. Kyle Manger gets it done.
Awesome job on that last lap to try to stay clean there. Really good job by Manger controlling those lines. And yeah, he deserves it to be in victory lane tonight after that one.
Kyle Manger gets to burn down the house in that 25 Valvoline machine.
Houston bringing it home in 2nd place. Smalley
great
3rd.
finish for J.R. Houston. We got Kyle Smalley who finishes 3rd. They just didn't have enough for him, even if they had another lap. I don't know if they would have had anything from Manger. He just got out in front of everybody.
Yeah, and when we talked to him, Roberto Ramirez is down there in 20th place. And he comes home 7th. So avoided those last lap incidents, made it through, kept that car clean, and comes home with the top 10 finish.
Yeah. And you had Michael Anthony who got back into the top 10. He got turned on the last lap. He did not finish. He parked the car. Our producer asking who started the wreck. It started with with Kevin Orlando Jr., I think, and the 8 of Michael Anthony. That's where the crash started on the back straightaway, and then it was Robert Rader that crashed coming to the checkers in the tri-oval. That's what I got from memory. See if our replay goes back that far. Oh my gosh, who was that getting space forced at the line? Oh! Alexander Kroenke.
And didn't
Absolutely knocked out of the park.
About 2 more feet, he would have
He
crossed
got
that
turned by
line.
Ramirez.
Oh, no.
And then got pretty much Newman. A big crash on the inside wall after the flag.
Didn't cross the line.
No, he's going to have to get out and sprint across the line, Carl Edwards, Ricky Bobby style, and he is just feet away from start-finish. Let's run through the results here. Here from Talladega, it's Kyle Manger, your race winner. J.R. Houston in second. Kyle Smalley finishes third. Gavin Hibbs fourth. Kevin Orlando Jr. brings it home in fifth. James Lowe sixth. Bolts Ramirez seventh. Keith Smalley somehow finishes eighth. He kind of came from the back after starting up front. Chris Worrell ninth. Jared Wishon rounding out the top 10.
Zach Lindgren, that 85 car, comes home 11th. Tyler Snyder brings it home 12th. Derek Lemke, that 71. He was up front for a little while, comes home 13th. Ted Rekich in that 91 car, finally pitted, able to still get a top 15 finish. Good for him. Casey Heschel, 15th. Bryson Fitzgerald, 16th. GT Park, 17th. Lucas Strayer, 18th. Holt Johnston, 19th. And Michael Elliott will round out your top 20.
William Rucker, 21st. Richard Lacoa, 22nd. Travis Rucker, 23rd. Marcus Adams, 24th. 25th belongs to Anthony Colantuono. 26th, Robert Rader. Jesse Cottrell, 27th. James Cato, 28th. Ferris Shaw, 29th. Michael Dorsey, 30th.
Then Alexander Conkey, 31. We saw him hit across the line nearly in 31st. Michael Anthony, that solo car wreck on the last lap, comes home 32nd. Nathan Yonel, whose car turned off randomly with 2 laps to go, comes home 33rd. Patrick Green, 34th. Colin Fern, 35th. Brandon Lawless, 36th. Calvin Miller, 37th. And Chris Webb rounds out the field in 38th.
All right, let's talk to some folks. Of course, out of the 3 people that we get to interview after the race, 2 of them we already talked to. We already talked to Kyle Smalley. We already talked to J.R. Houston at some point in this race. We'll start, I guess, with Kyle Smalley because he's the only guy sitting in the room waiting for us right now. There he is, Kyle Smalley, 3rd place. It's not a win, but you brought it home in one piece.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take a 3rd place at Talladega. I mean, with all the cautions we have, I'm lucky to get through that one wreck that we had, or that I drove through, and then just to be in front of all the other wrecks, so I'll take it.
That last lap, really, that last restart, it just seemed like you guys hit a brick wall once you got behind Kyle Manger, and nobody could really build up a run. Take us through that.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping JR would fall back to me and I could push him to the outside of Kyle, but it's so hard to negotiate that with other drivers. I mean, he can't read my mind, I can't read his mind, so it's really tough with this package. I mean, when Bryce went to the outside, I would have followed him for sure, but just with this package, I didn't want to go to the outside and then follow the back and then not even get a top 5, so I was just playing it safe.
Well, you were able to get it done, top 3 finish, and solid day for points. You don't hear that much at Talladega. And best of luck. Well, before we do that, anybody you want to thank, say hi to?
Yeah, I want to thank my dad, my kids, always supporting me. All my teammates at Balls Out Racing, they're a good group of guys. I mean, honored to be teammates with everybody. And you guys for broadcasting, and Caleb for sponsoring this race. I mean, it's awesome what he did to sponsor a race. And Circle B Diecast, make sure you use promo code FCRL 2021 to get a discount. I've already used it a few times, so hopefully we can get some more broadcasts in the future.
Absolutely. We got a string here, 4 broadcasts in a row. We will actually see you next week.
I know.
At Kansas, and best of luck to you there.
Awesome. Yeah, Kansas is one of my best tracks, so I'm looking forward to it.
Kyle Smalley, 3rd place finisher here at Talladega. Next up, 2nd place, J.R. Houston. Jarrett.
So, Jarrett, we talked to you about, 7 laps to go. You satisfied with how that race ended up?
I think that's about what it was.
Yeah, so you're happy with how things turned out with that final, kind of wacky green flag checker there? Kind of stayed a lot cleaner than I thought it was going to up front. You got to be happy with the second place finish.
Yeah, I was working with Kyle. We made that top lane work, just to get to the front in the first place, and it was cool to, actually get up there in the first place. And then, that last, I think it was Bryson go up to try and make a move, and Kyle didn't go with him. Kyle Smalley didn't go with him, and I was like, well, I can't make a move because he's not going to go with me either. So I saw him start laying back, and I was like, I'm just going to take my second place here and push Kyle off to the win and take my second.
Yeah, so what's going through your mind when something like that happens? We've seen a ton of caution so far in this race. You got to do a green white checker. Are you kind of fearing the worst, or just focusing on fun you and trying to get that checkered flag?
Biggest thing that I'm looking for is trying not to get wrecked myself. I can't lift too much and get run over, and luckily I have Kyle Smalley behind me, and I definitely trust him to not just run through me. So it gives me a little bit more opportunity to lift and not run over the guy in front of me either, because that's only going to hurt both of us. So the biggest thing was when down the back straightaway, I saw Bryson go to my outside, and I didn't see Kyle go with him. I was like, well, if that's how it's going to be played, then I can't make a move either, or I'm going to lose spots. So I just took my second and took my points, and on to the next one.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're kind of the head admin of this league. We're at a point in this league, a ton of races have gone so far. How have you seen it so far this season progressing, and where do you see it going from here?
Kyle Smalley and I are just really happy with how it's gone so far. We've got really good car counts, and we just keep getting people showing up, and it's really fun. We've got a really good group. We're able to run really clean races sometimes. Obviously wrecks are going to happen, and with this package it was a little bit rough, but there's some. Martinsville was tough. I know that one wasn't broadcasted, but Homestead went green. There's so much potential here, and hopefully we can find a few more sponsors, to get a few more broadcasted, and maybe get some year-end winnings for these guys. All it is trying to keep everybody happy, and I think the biggest thing is enforcing the rules. That's a huge part of it. There's a lot of penalties there on the last lap, and just keeping that straight, and not getting too out of hand, keeping everybody happy, and hopefully we can find some more sponsors. Got to thank my friend Caleb, actually, from Chick-fil-A. Caleb from Chick-fil-A for coming in and sponsoring this race, the Caleb's 189, and all of our sponsors, Duck Press Media Solutions, Balls Out, the Misfit Mafia. Just super happy to have everybody on board, and obviously Circle B Diecast. When you get a chance, if you go in there and buy a diecast, if you want free shipping, be sure to use promo code FCRL 2021.
For sure. Well, J.R. Houston, it's been a pleasure for us to watch. Ton of talent, ton of really exciting racing in this league. So really appreciate it. Congrats on the second place finish, and thanks for talking to us. Good luck next week.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
No problem. That's J.R. Houston there, finished second in this one.
Race winner, Kyle Manger.
What's going on?
Long 75 laps out of the racetrack. How about that?
Man, that was something. I kind of surprised we won that, to be honest. I wasn't really expecting that, to be honest. But yeah, what a race. Had to use a fast repair early, so it wasn't looking too good. But we made a run to the top, actually made it work, and just found myself in the leading at the end, and kind of worked out. Got lucky.
Now, I mean, when you got that lead on that last restart, it just felt like you had 10 more horsepower under the hood. Yeah. Nobody could get anywhere close to you to make a move. Is that just the aero package, or do you think that? What do you think it was? I'm curious.
Definitely, this package is harder to make something happen. So the fact that we did and got in that spot was, the guys we were working with did a really good job tonight. Obviously, got to thank JR there for staying with me there at the end. Rob, Ted, I think Anthony, a couple more are missing. But yeah, I saw them kind of laying back on me at the end there. So then I was trying to drag a little bit to make sure I don't get too far ahead. Because you saw it yesterday in the Cup race, the runs that these guys can get are very rapid and they happen real quick. So just trying to manage that, and yeah, luckily nothing could really form on that green white checker there up top.
Well, before we send you on your way to enjoy this win, anybody you want to thank, say hi to?
Yeah, I got to thank the guys at Kligerman Sport. Appreciate their support this year for Road to Pro. Valvoline, Team Chevy. Got to thank my spotter, Mike. You guys at STN. It's good we got some broadcasted races here coming up. This league's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it being here. So thanks to JR, Ryan, Kyle, all the guys involved in this league for keeping it together and going strong here for the rest of the season. Looking forward to it.
Congratulations on the race win. We'll see you at Kansas next week. Best of luck to you there, and congratulations once again.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Kyle Manger, race winner at Talladega. Final thoughts here, Jared.
I think we got a lot of what we expected. A Talladega race, ton of accidents, a ton of big ones even. But when they were green, when they were racing, especially towards the end, it was really tense, really exciting. Really good job staying single file, and really exciting when people tried to open up the high side. Had to throw some blocks there a little bit, but I think it was a really good race overall when they were able to stay green. And I think when we see this race again in the playoffs, we'll have some more green flag runs.
I have to see how things look next week. Same time, same place at Kansas. So, results are unofficial. Sounds like we've got a lane violation and some yellow line violations. So the finishing order is going to be adjusted. But that'll be after the race. We'll fill you in next week on what changed. I guess that's what we're going to have to do. But thank you for watching here on STN again. Looking at what's coming up. FTF 1, that is Friday. This Friday, April 30th at 9 o'clock, I'm assuming, at Spa with the IRO ones. Then FTF Grand National Series presented by Bar Visuals. That's at Iowa, Saturday, 10 o'clock. Next week, we're back at Kansas, Monday, May 3rd, 8:15. And then Thursday, May 6th, eNASCAR Road to Pro Qualifying iRacing Series second split at Darlington, week number 5 of 8. That is flying by. That does it for us here from Talladega. Don't forget to use promo code FCRL2021 for free shipping on all orders over $20 at Circle B Diecast to support the league. And they do a great job in sponsoring the Four Corners Racing League, and allowing us to get on air a couple times. So how about that? That's our coverage for tonight. For Jared Mackey and our producer, Zach Johnson, I'm Jacob Pitts. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you Friday with FTF1. Till then, good night.